Ladies and gentlemen, two major political events and activities took place earlier today in this country. And I know most of you guys did not take note of those two major political events. Most of you assumed they were just normal political activities. And those events were actually motivated by another major event which is currently happening in the larger Mount Kenya region. The first event which took place today is William Ruto's trip to Kirinyaga. And during that particular trip, William Ruto attacked Maina Njenga. What motivated William Ruto to attack Maina Njenga? For me, it is the activities in Jubilee Party. Which takes me to the second thing which took place today. Kanini Kega's letter withdrawing Jubilee Party from Azimio. What motivated Kanini Kega to do that? If you've been following the politics of this country very closely, you should have noted that for the past few days, Jubilee Party has been holding series of political activities in the mountain. And that, in my view, is what caused Ruto to go to Kirinyaga and make the comment, and also what triggered Kanini Kega to write that particular letter. Which means Uhuru Kenyatta is up to something. And that's why I always tell you that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Let me take you to Jubilee Facebook page. Just a few things which has been happening. Today, according to Jubilee Party, because there's no time for updating, today we continued our engagement with Nakuru residents across town in Nakuru Town East constituency. You can see Kanini Kega, Nderitu, you can see the former Nairobi governor, you can see Hinga, the executive director of Jubilee Party. And you can see them addressing people there. Then again, they were in Nakuru Town West also. Again, you can see people with their sofurias. Again, they were in London, Nakuru Town West. They were in Njoro. That is today. They were in Njoro. Good. Now, again, this was yesterday. Jamlek Kamau was on Inoro TV talking about all these things. Yesterday they were in Gilgil. Yesterday they were in Gilgil, and they were also in Nyandarua. What is happening? In this video, I want us to look at why William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua are actually worried by Uhuru Kenyatta's latest moves in the mountain. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. And without any further ado, let us dive in. And let me begin this video by asking you this question. Do you think Uhuru Kenyatta can actually succeed in reviving Jubilee Party? Because I've always told you guys that the biggest mistake Uhuru Kenyatta ever committed was to allow Jubilee Party to go down without controlling the politics of the mountain. For example, if I were Uhuru Kenyatta, I would have made sure that in Kiambu, in Nyeri, maybe Kiambu or 2 counties or 3, I would have made sure that Jubilee controlled those counties. Either a governor, a senator here, a few members of parliament. so that even in retirement, he was going to have members of parliament paying him a visit from his political party, because he knew what to expect in case William Ruto won the elections. But Uhuru Kenyatta is currently up to something. Let me assure you that there is no way Jeremiah Kioni can make these moves without Uhuru Kenyatta. So there's a hand of Uhuru Kenyatta. And he's doing it strategically in a way that they are Jubilee. You know, he had the option of roping in Maina Njenga, roping in former Murang'a governor Mwangi wa Iria, but is opting to sell Jubilee. And their strategy is simple. They just go to a place, sell their party, sell their policy, attack Kenya Kwanza, and they move. They're not bothered about the crowd. They're just doing their stuff. And why is these moves worrying Ruto? Because I'm sure and 100% certain that it is those moves that made Ruto to go to the mountain. It is those moves that forced Rigathi Gachagua to also try and go to the mountain for the past few days. Why are they worried? Number one, these guys are worried because they believe that Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is actually testing the ground using this team, and that Uhuru Kenyatta is likely to unleash a major onslaught in the mountain. Whether Uhuru Kenyatta is going to succeed or not, we can't tell. But one thing we know for sure is that Uhuru Kenyatta is not sleeping. He's alert and is trying to do everything possible to ensure that at least even if Jubilee were to go, it will go with a fight. But if Jubilee were to remain, then it's going to ensure that Jubilee is actually a strong political party moving forward. So that is the first reason why these guys are worried. That Uhuru Kenyatta probably is just testing the waters using this team, then they'll unleash another team. And that can explain why, to divert the attention of Kenyans from whatever is happening on the mountain, they had to write that letter, Kinini Kega. Then at the same time, Ruto talking about Mungiki and Uhuru Kenyatta and Jubilee somewhere in Kirinyaga. That's about. Number two, I also tend to think that Uhuru Kenyatta is finally doing what he failed to do, taking the gospel of Jubilee Party to the ground. And why is that move significant? By taking Jubilee Party to the ground, what comes to your mind is Uhuru Kenyatta and Jubilee campaign. And what can that trigger? It can trigger sympathy. At this particular point in time, William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua will not want a situation where Uhuru attracts sympathy. So they have to also go down there and fight their own political wars. And that's why, for example, they were in Kirinyaga and selling UDA. So for me, Uhuru is keen on taking Jubilee as a political party to the ground, as Jubilee, not as Azimio. Otherwise, if it was as Azimio, you'd have seen ODM leaders, for example, when they were in Nakuru. ODM is vibrant in Nakuru. They would have been accompanied by ODM leaders, but now they are opting specifically for Jubilee, which means they want to take the party to the ground, just to bring back the memory of Uhuru Kenyatta and attract sympathy. The third reason why they are worried is the fact that at least now someone somewhere is taking Kenya Kwanza failures to the ground. You know, William Ruto has always had the field day in the mountain, saying things some which don't even make sense. For example, today I saw people laughing for him, clapping for him really, and whatever he was talking about are things which he promised, which has not delivered even a single of them. So someone now using Jubilee Party, using the media, like you see Jamila Kamau on Inoro, someone somewhere is actually countering, telling the people the real failures. For example, they were telling the people, they were talking about that finance bill. The truth of the matter is that finance bill is a very bad bill. And the other truth is that Kenyans are against that bill. So they are using that advantage to go and sell Jubilee and highlight the failures of Kenya Kwanza. And number 4 is visibility. I tend to think that the strategy which Uhuru and his team are using is to make Jubilee as a political party visible. And that's something which William Ruto and Kenya Kwanza would not want. In fact, William Ruto's intention is to have Kanini Kega's group win over the control of Jubilee Party, then they'll merge that party or probably brand it so that it's not associated in any way with Uhuru Kenyatta. But Kanini Kega and the group are like, we want to sell Jubilee. We are coming as Jubilee. We have a truck which is branded Jubilee. The truck is moving all over the mountain. Visibility. Something which Uhuru Kenyatta never did while he was the president. And lastly, I'm sure that by going around, Uhuru Kenyatta and his team are also identifying their true supporters. By doing that, it means they'll be able to create their grassroots network. They'll be able to reconstruct their structures, and also they will be able to recruit members into Jubilee Party. Because after the last election, William Ruto received massive support from the mountain. I don't think he will be able to generate such kind of excitement for his election in 2027, which means as things stand today, William Ruto cannot gain more. He can only lose. But who can gain more? Jubilee Party. There are people who supported Ruto. They're now regretting. So they're being recruited. There are officials of Jubilee Party who went to UDA or other political parties. Now they are coming back. So they are restructuring their network. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Thank you guys. And please, may you have a good day. And maybe you could also let me know the topic you'd want me to discuss. There's this topic I've always sung about. I think tomorrow I need to do it. The emergence of Wajakoya the Fifth. Now that even Rigathi Gachagua is on his neck. So until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.